organization to print it.
This isn't
And do
pure
what you're
worship though.
supposed
If
to
I
do.
go to the convention and I'm subject to listen to that music, that's not pure worship.
Well, hopefully they won't have any more of that music. I'll be
But I
happy
can't
to.
know and I can't
So
trust
where are you
it.
going to go?
To Jesus. Jesus said, "Come to me."
Well, what does it mean when Hebrews the 10th chapter says we have to assemble together?
Well,
Okay?
then we can talk with other Christians. We can talk with people, brothers and sisters, our family.
Starting to make more sense. Starting to make more sense.
You're in a very dangerous position, Jennifer. I fear for you.
I'm scared for you guys because you don't care about this.
We can,
And this is
yeah,
just-
this was the letter they were supposed to deliver.
Yeah, I don't.
They mailed that to me, but somehow it must have got...
They mailed it twice and it didn't come, and they won't email people. I don't know why they won't
So
email
that-
people.
Out of
so
respect for
that's nice.
secrecy and privacy, I'm glad my name's not out there.
It's very generic,
Well, but that's the letter.
but it's not answering any questions.
Well, you
It's
might
just
look at the
generic. It's
scriptural
the
references.
same thing that you said. Just it's hard when we have questions and put your faith in Jehovah, but Jehovah does not want us to stand by. Ezekiel says, or
But
Ephesians, have no fellowship,
you're-
expose them.
You're
is
taking the
what
law
that
in your own
scripture
hands.
says.
You're setting yourself up as judge.
I'm not. I'm bringing you guys into it and saying we need to do this.
So now you can leave it with us.
Leave it with
Now
us.
you can leave it with us.
You
But
trust
you're
me?
not gonna.
I didn't tell you I wouldn't do anything.
You said
Did
you
I
were
say-
totally offended and you didn't believe me.
I am offended by the stuff that went on.
From what you guys have said, I feel like nobody believes me. You feel like I'm just totally like believing other people's opinions and that I have no intelligence myself to
Just don't
actually
steady the ark.
prove it.
You might find that you'll have a freer flow of God's Holy Spirit if you don't try to steady the ark. And I was interested where you might be going since we have to assemble together. Now you're indicating you have a private prayer group?
No, I don't have a private
Okay,
program.
because there
I'm
are
saying-
some that feel they're on a different ladder spiritually than we are. And they've moved away from congregations and formed their own little meetings. They haven't prospered. They kind of break down in a year or two. But I've sat with them in their living rooms that form their own little prayer groups because we don't understand the spiritual things they do.
No, I'm
We're
talking
not
about talking
sensitive to
to friends, close friends that, spiritual conversations with them.
Who are witnesses?
Yes, and
Okay.
my husband and our children, that's,
Well, if you start promoting this, you're going to make it a congregation matter for us. So
I
we
don't
decided.
promote it, but I have had
Galatians
friends
6:1.
ask me why you don't go to meetings, and I have to be honest. This is why I can't go. I can't condone these things. Jehovah knows what's going on.
He sure does.
He'll take care
He
of it.
sure does.
And when he does, he's going to take care of all of us with it if we're
No.
going along with it.
You're not going along, you just do what you're supposed to do. But that includes associating and going in the ministry. Preach the good news
And it
of
includes
the kingdom.
exposing myself to music like this if I go to the convention.
I don't hear that normally. We
We
don't
don't
play it all
know.
the time.
We don't know though. What about the ones on JW Broadcasting? Maybe some of those are also from worldly sources.
Well, we'll see. If somebody's doing stuff like this, it's enough's been said. The brothers will take care of it. If those allegations are true, like I said, there's a lot of misinformation. A lot of people benefit from that. I don't believe everything I hear,
I don't either. And I'm not stupid enough to just fall for opinion.
Well, and
and
there
I'm
could
not
be,
either.
there could be a brother that
I didn't mean to say that you were.
He
I'm
thinks.
sorry.
You implied
That,
it.
I wasn't.
There
No, I
could be
wasn't. I
brothers
thought that you were implying that I was stupid, and that's why I was just trying to say no, I'm not, because I don't feel like you are.
I think you've been
I-
misled. I didn't say you're stupid.
How have I been misled if I've been
By
able
lis- By
to?
listening to these things that people have said to you and sent you and said you go look at this, do this and that.
This has been proven fact.
I don't-
This was
I
proven
don't
fact.
consider that proven fact.
By the way, have you seen that song in other releases since then?
No.
Okay.
It's not
Well,
on
what
the
if
line no more,
what
yeah.
if John J. Jones stole that, and he's an elder, okay? And he rewrote it, he thinks, and he sent it in. I wouldn't know that it came. The last musician I remember was I don't know, I can't think. Well, Bing Crosby, okay? So I'm not really up to date. So as a result, I could take that song, and unless the lyrics were bad and naughty, I could see using it.
Yeah.
And then later on, this guy gets disfellowship. They don't need to tell you. I hope they don't put me in the kingdom ministry, or we don't have that anymore. They can put me in the kingdom ministry, that's okay. But put me out on jw.org when I'm disfellowshipped if I were to be. That's nobody's business. I would hope that my wife wouldn't have to go through that.
But
let alone.
to print a public apology, we're sorry that this infiltrated our pure worship. We don't know how it got there, or we do know how it got
See,
there, and
the
the
only
problem
ones
has been taken care of.
The
would
only
be
ones troubled
really
by
nice
it
to
are ones that
hear.
are reading apostate literature. We deal with thousands of witnesses, and I don't find them troubled by it. East and West Coast, I've been around them in the last few years. I don't.
And what
They're not troubled.
you said about somebody stealing and using, it only takes one individual, and it's very likely that's what my feeling would be. If something it's copyright infringement, and somebody could be doing that. I don't like that type of thing for that reason, but I wasn't asked my opinion. If they ask me, I'll tell them what I think.
But we have.
I have a pioneer meeting in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Can I just make one last thought, because you keep bringing up the apostates, and I feel like we've been like told over and over and over again how evil apostates are, how you can't listen to them, how you can't talk to them, you can't read any of their literature. But the Bible says we need to be ready to make a defense. And we can't protect ourselves from apostates. Every time we go out in service, we put ourselves in danger of talking to an apostate. We don't know who's behind the door.
We can. Same
When
way
you're
Jesus
standing-
did. Same way Jesus did. Satan was the biggest apostate there is.
When you're standing at the table, you can't stop people from coming up from you. You have to be ready to make a defense. You
We
have
do.
to have fine faith so that you can
You got to listen
discuss
though.
it. And it's
You
the
have to
same.
listen to our defense, or it runs off your back like water off a duck.
It's the same with talking to an apostate. Either they're telling the truth or they're not telling the truth.
What did
Jeffrey
Jesus mean when he
Jackson,
says, "You'll know
Jeffrey
my
Jackson
voice"?
on the trial said specifically when they asked him if the pedophile situation was apostate, he said, it doesn't matter who the information is coming from. What matters is there any truth to that information. And I think that that is genius.
You know something? Again, you heard him testify. You were in court.
I saw it online. It's public.
Okay, you saw
It's
that.
on-
That's a shame on you for watching it, by the way.
He's the leader of
Yeah,
our
no, no,
organization.
no, no,
Why
no,
would there
no,
be
no.
shame on
That-
me?
That was not on Jade. No, no.
We should all be aware of the court cases that are going on.
They only show you the part of that they want.
No,
to
it's
show.
the whole thing. It's the Australian
don't-
Royal Commission, and you watch the whole
Well,
entire
let me ask you a question.
thing.
Is
It's on their,
Jennifer?
oh my gosh, the
Jennifer,
government website.
Jennifer, it's the way we view things. For example, we may hear that a young man falls in love with a beautiful blonde sister and they commit immorality. There are ones that's not that disgusting. It's kind of normal. It's incest in Jehovah's eyes, by the way. That's how he views it. But what if we found out it's a beautiful young man he fell in love with? Our skin goes, ooh. Well, Jehovah just views it all, whether you're a lesbian, a male homosexual, or an adulterer in marriage, you're all committing really terrible sins. And they're all the same to him. We classify them. We put different labels on them. You've got this sense of of righteous indignation over things that you've turned it over to those that need to take care of it. Okay? You've even written New York, and you're taking all of the evidence of pure worship and setting it clear over here and saying they're all a bunch of crooks. That's what you're saying. You're saying that they've all been bought out. They're good old boys that are taking care of one of their own. That's what you're saying. You're just using better words. That's what you're saying. And we're part of those good old boys, is what you're inferring as well. I can't take it any other way. I'm sorry. That's how I take it.
I'm sorry
I'm a
that
good
you
old
take it
boy.
that way, because that's not how I,
But that's the
Right.
way it's coming across. Very
Anyway.
disappointing to me.
Good seeing you.
I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. It's very disappointing to me.
Well, it's what you do. You need to make some changes. Get rid of that stuff. Get that stuff out of your house. Don't listen to any more of that, and don't listen to the people that are telling you to do that. They went out from us because they were not of our sort. John says if they were of our sort, they would have remained with us. You can have nothing to do with them. They're going to kill you. Destroy your faith. That's going to kill you for sure. You're worried about being judged because you're with Jehovah's people. What's going to happen because you're with his enemies? I fear for you.
But I'm not with his enemies.
Yes, you are. You need to be with us tomorrow at the Kingdom. If you're worried about the Revelation book, don't look at the pictures in it.
What about the other publications coming up? You know, like it's in the current publications. It's in the Bear Thorough Witness publication. Like,
Why is it I don't see those things? I look at the pictures.
I don't know.
See, something's going on. That could be demonism at work. If you're under the influence of the demons, they're going to show you things in pictures that aren't there. Maybe it's them working on you.
But how do you take pictures of things that aren't there?
They'll
You
help
can't.
you do that. The demons can do these things. Don't fool yourself.
In the kingdom hall, in God's house?
Yeah, well, you see it here, but you're not in the kingdom hall.
I saw it.
They can
That's
come
where I
and go.
took the pictures.
Yeah,
where I
but
saw
see,
the
if,
kingdom hall.
yeah, they can be anywhere. They're not gonna be in there where the meeting's going on. Jehovah's Spirit will run them out. I wouldn't mess with them.
I don't mess with them. I
No,
don't.
but you got all that stuff, that's messing with them. Well, sorry this had to end on a little better tone.
See you later, okay?
Thank you.
Keep working on it, don't give up, girl.
Are we through here?
So we've got a meeting because
We better get there, I'm gonna have, it's getting close, isn't it?
And you let the dog out.